Introduction to Blender. Now this is Blender. Blender is a 3D animation and it can be used for special effects, 3D modeling, which we can use for 3D printing, or we can use it for making little movies and special effects, all sorts of things. Alright, so how do we use it? Okay, first we're going to introduce you to a few of the basic elements you're going to find in Blender here. So this one I've selected here is the actual camera. And basically it controls where we're looking, so that's this bit here, the square here is the front of the camera. If you want to look through the camera, there's a couple of ways you can do it. One is you can come up here to viewport and we can go camera, and it's looking through the camera. We can go view and we can go to other, top, bottom, things like that. But we can also go here and click on that little symbol there, which is the camera view. And we've got this little widget here. So if I look down that one, that's looking down the x-axis. Now let's just have a little explore about that. This red line is the x-axis. You have to think of this as like a big graph paper, but it's in 3D. So this is my x, this green one is my y, and if I go side on, so if I go x here, this blue one is the z. That's the up-down axis. So we can either click on one of these, or the opposite to get upside down view in this case. I can go negative x, I can go the positive x, positive y, negative y, or I can use this widget and roll around by moving my mouse in here like that, and that allows me to move around the screen. Now there are shortcut keys for doing all of these things, which I'll show you later, but just for the moment use these. This one here is our zoom, so if I click on that, I'm moving my mouse left and right and it's zooming me in and out. And again, there's another way of doing this, or several ways of doing this. Another way of doing this is to scroll your mouse wheel forward. So scroll your mouse wheel forward, scroll it backwards, and you will see that that works like that. This one here is perspective mode, so that shifts from orthographic to perspective. Orthographic mode will be very important when we are doing our modeling, but we're not going to be worrying about that for the moment. Now this little hand here, if you click on that, it moves it this way, up and down. Now again, you can also do that by holding down the shift key and then pressing the middle mouse button and just moving your mouse around is another way of doing that. Okay, so we need, often when we are animating or when we're modeling, we will be using one of these three axes. And so we'll often be using this little widget up the side here. So here I'm looking down over top of the view, and what I'm going to see is where the camera is here looking. And again, if I want to look through the camera, I click on that, click off that to toggle in and out of the camera. Now this object here is our lamp that is going to provide light for our scene. So you've probably got a cube in there to start with, but I'm just going to add a mesh cube in, so you've got the same thing. And at the moment in this mode that we're looking at, nothing, it just shows you the cube and you see slightly different shades on the different sizes, but it's not related to the lamp at the moment. Now if I go over to here, up this section here is how we render the thing. So if I click on this one, this is wireframe, so everything is see-through. This one's a solid view. Now these two views are very good when you've got a highly detailed rendering scene. It means you can move it around without the scene having to catch up. But if we click on this one, something you'll notice here is that if I grab my, now I want to move this, I'll need to show you how to move this. Alright, so I've selected my lamp. If I go to the little move tool here, the little four-way tool, you can see it's got my little X, Y, and Z arrows again, and I can move these around. Now at the moment, nothing much seems to be happening, nothing much seems different, but if I click on this M1, this is the render mode. Now when I click on this, you'll see something is happening. What's happening is it is changing the lighting of this according to where the lamp is, and that's how it's going to look in the final render. So if I wanted to go to my camera and I wanted to move my lamp over here, you can see I'm changing the lighting of my scene. And there's different types of lamps we can choose. We'll get into all of that later. But that's basically what the main objects you have in the scene are and how we can move around them. So remembering, We can select a view by clicking up here. We can move around it by clicking anywhere in the middle. We can also zoom in by grabbing this and moving it in or out, or we can use the scroll wheel in and out. We can grab the hand to just move things left, right, up, down, wherever we want, or we can use shift and then press the middle mouse button in, and we can move across like that. Just have to pause for a second, my cat is bugging me. Okay, so now once we've got an object in here, any mesh at all, so we'll start. I'm going to remove this cube, so I want you to select the cube. I do that by left clicking, and you can see when it's selected it will have an orange outline around it. Now I'm just going to press either the X or delete key, and it's going to remove that. I'm now going to add a new mesh, and I'm going to add a monkey. The good thing about the monkey is, and I'm going to just get out of cycles and go back to solid mode for the time being. Good thing about the monkey is it's got a very definite front, back, side, top, bottom, all that sort of stuff. So I'm looking at the front of my monkey now. I've just clicked on those until I'm looking at the front of the monkey. And I'm going to show you how we can do a few other things over here. So we've already sorted out what the move tool does. So if you click on move, it puts these arrows in and you can move your object around. Alright, but we can also rotate the object. So when I click on the rotate, I can grab it on an axis. So if I want to grab it on the axis, if I grab the red bit, I can move it that way. If I grab the blue bit, I'm moving it on the Z axis. If I move off to the side, you can see there's these three-dimensional bits here. So I can alter the position of the character in here using these. Now, if I want to scale it, I can use these here. Now I've got my three arrows here. They got a little square end on them this time. If I click on that, it stretches him this way. Flattens him out, stretches him down. If I click on the side, I can stretch it that way. And if I click on here, I can stretch it that way. Okay, so that's really quite cool. Now what if I want to reset that? If I want to reset its scale axis, I go Alt S, and that takes the scale back to its original scale. If I want to reset the rotation, so I'm in my rotation, I don't even have to be in rotation, I can go Alt R and it resets my rotation. If I've moved the character and I want to reset back to the middle of the screen, I can go Alt G. So practice doing all those things. I want you to have a go at moving the character. I want you to have a go at rotating the character around different axes. I want you to have a go at scaling the character around different axes. And then resetting it. Remember, Alt S, S for scale, Alt R, R for rotate, Alt G, G for grab. Okay, so Alt G moves it back. Now that you've had a go at that, we can also use keyboard shortcuts for doing all of these things. So if I just want to scale the object, let's say I want to grab the object, I can just press the G key, and now it will follow my mouse. Now let's say I want to move it, but I want to make sure I grabbed it and moved it along the x-axis. If I press X after I press G, now it restricts my movement to that axis. I can change that to the Y or the Z. I can even put numbers in, so if I want to move it 1, it will move it 1 blender unit, 2 blender units, -2. Alt G, get it back to the center. So I can shift it all around the place by doing that. Likewise, if I press S, it will scale the object up and down, and again I can choose to scale just on one axis, so I can go S, X, S, Y, or I can go Z, and I can reset again, Alt S. Alright, so in here, if I wanted to just scale the whole thing, I just grab it somewhere in the middle there and it scales the whole thing up, as long as I'm not pressing one of the actual particular dots. Alright, so what if I'm wanting to rotate? Well, that's R. Now we'll just do a free rotate. If I press RR, it will do a different kind of free rotate. Press RR, there we go. I get like a more of a freehand rotate if you get that little 4-way arrow. Alt R, of course, resets. And if I press R and I want to rotate around the X, I can just press X, or I can press Y, or I can press Z and spin it around that, and I can reset it with Alt R. All right. So that's the first tutorial. That's just basically the basic main 3D window here that we're using. We're not worrying about any of this stuff or any of this stuff. Just this bit and this bit and these tools here and a bit about this. All right, on to the next tutorial in which we're going to have a look at editing objects.